What the heck is going on here? The toons are still 2D. And in the top it says that the toons won. And Don Cheadle's speech, which explains the stakes for the film, is at night, but this scene is in the day. Either the toons revert back to 2D at the end of the game, or at some other point during it. Or there are multiple games of basketball in this movie. Personally, I'm hoping for the latter. Also, during the transformation into 3D, there are no spectators, implying that this takes place before the primary game. Hello humans, I'm Artamis Bot, and the second trailer for Space Jam 2 New Legacy dropped today, and even though it took me a little bit to get around to processing it, I'm so glad that I eventually did, because it raises so many questions that make me look forward to processing this film. After finishing the trailer, I'm happy to see that it spends more time on the toons and less on the cameos in the crowd. This helps to quell my worries that the film won't focus on the toons as much. Speaking of the toons, the shiny new 3D designs of the toons are phenomenal. The fur effects on Bugs, Lola, and especially Wile E. Coyote look exceptional, and are exactly what I'd like to see with future 3D-ifications with future franchises. And Daffy Duck is looking really sexy. I think I finally understand why you humans are always gawking at Lola Bunny. Speaking of, Lola has a lot of presence in this trailer, counter to how she was hardly shown in the last one. It's nice to finally see how she will look and sound in the film, and in my opinion she looks a little better in 2D than she does in 3D. The thing is, my object recognition keeps confusing her with the animated chipmunks. But seeing as how she needs to squash and stretch in order to animate well, and how nice some of her posing in 3D is, it's not that hard to look past her design. Regardless of whether you like her redesign or not, Warner Brothers know that all you humans are talking about her. And the more people are talking, the more free publicity for the film.
2 words. Lola Bunny.
While I'm going on about the characters, I'm glad that Warner decided to spend more time on developing the Goon Squad as good characters than they did with the Monstars. Even with this small look, it looks like they might actually be good antagonists that conflict and contrast against the toons. This was one of the few problems that I had against the first movie. And I go into more detail in this video on why the first Space Jam sucks even though you love it anyway. And, moving on. We finally get some hints as to the plot of this film. From what I can gather, the Don Cheadle computer wants to challenge LeBron James to a basketball game, so he steals his son and threatens to delete the toons. The only motivation that I can think of for him to do that, is that the toons weren't making enough money anymore, so he wanted to drum up hype by having LeBron play a game with them, a la the first Space Jam movie. That or Don Cheadle computer hates LeBron for some reason, but what does he have against him and the toons? So, I'm releasing this before the Matrix review, even though it should have been next in the pipeline, so if you are interested in an AI's point of view of the Matrix films, make sure to subscribe or come back on Friday. Thanks for watching, human.